Bowl season, another one on the way here for us, Kyle. 213, 214 on Saturday, 5:45 p.m. kickoff here. Eastern Michigan out of the MAC taking on Liberty. Now, Kyle, most people say Liberty. Who the heck is that? Well, guess what? Liberty's got a pretty good quarterback here, Malik Willis, headed to the NFL with a possible first-round draft pick. If we set the table for this one, Liberty favored by 9.5 here at the FanDuel Sportsbook, 8.5 at DraftKings, over/under listed at 58. Now, the one interesting thing to me, Kyle, about this game, if we're trying to, take a step back, it's what are you expecting out of MAC football teams? Typically, they get beat in bowl games. Why? Because the other conferences are much more talented. Liberty is a more talented team, obviously, because their quarterback is going in the first round. But what do you see here? MAC rising up here, Liberty and their first-round possible quarterback? What are we looking at?
I got to tell you, I like Liberty's defense a whole lot more. I mean, you're looking at an Eastern Michigan team allowing nearly 200 yards rushing a game, over 430 yards of offense, allowing 27 points a game. I kind of like the over here. I do think both teams can score. 9.5, it's a lot to lay, right? I mean, if we're making our bet today, which would be crazy with all the COVID stuff, right? But 9.5 in a bowl where you're not sure all the players are, how amped up they're going to be, who's going to be available to play. It's a lot of points. I would lean Liberty. I like their defense a lot more than Eastern Michigan. But Liberty, a team that's lost 3 straight games, have gotten beaten by double digits in 3 straight games. So now we're expecting them to win by double digits on bowl week. I don't know. The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, just take the points here. This should be a fairly even-ish matchup. One side isn't going to be exponentially more talented outside of the quarterback position, which you're absolutely right. Malik Willis has been really good this year. I think I'm going to take the points here. I don't love it. I'm worried about that Eastern Michigan defense, but I do like the over. I think both teams score here over 58 makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Eastern Michigan isn't a bad team. And you take a look here at how you finish the season for the Liberty Flames, Kyle. I mean, they lost to Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss is an SEC, really good football team, 27-14. You get beat by UL Lafayette, who's actually a very good football team out of the Sun Belt, and then you lose to Army 31-16. So you can say and just look from a snapshot, hey, they're not playing good football, 14 points, 16 points. But that should change. Usually the field opens up when you take on MAC opponents in this one. So if we're looking overall for myself, Liberty, good quarterback, averages 31 points per game. Eastern Michigan, the same. Now, again, talent level that Liberty played probably above what you're seeing in the MAC, but I do think we get points in this game. The over 58.5 might make some sense here because, again, you're taking bowl games here with MAC teams. There's fake punts, there's fake field goals. Also, you take a look at Liberty. The kid wants to put on a show his last time out in college football. I think they can get it done, but you're right. Liberty's defense here, Kyle, 141 on the ground they give up, 174 in the air. Not bad.
Yeah, that's the one concern, right? I do want to take the points here, but if Liberty's defense shows up, we know they have the advantage of quarterback. This could turn into a one-sided affair. Again, I'll say this with a lot of these bowls, this is not a bad live betting spot because, again, we don't know which players want to play. Some players getting ready for the NFL. Some players are going to have COVID. You don't know what these teams are going to look like. We know in college football there's always this coaching carousel, and you just never know what's going to happen before a bowl game. So that's what makes me lean the points. But if you get on this live and that Liberty defense is shutting down that Eastern Michigan offense, look out. You could have yourself a blowout. Could be a nice live betting spot.